Hello everyone, and here's my review of American Sniper. And American Sniper is an American biographical film on Carl Chris, the deadliest sniper in American history, and is also directed by Clint Eastwood, and has Bradley Cooper playing Chris Kyle and Sienna Miller playing his wife. And I'm a big fan of war films, and I'm a big fan of Clint Eastwood. I love Clint Eastwood. Yeah, my thoughts on Juju Boys still stays the same, but aside from that, I do love Clint Eastwood, and let's talk about some of the good things first about this film. Very good things. Number one is Bradley Cooper. He really does give this performance such depth and such real emotional touch to him. Like, there's a sense of him just, if he pulls his trigger, like, there's a sense of, like, the type of person, he's that type of person who will always think about the alternate route. It's like, yes, but do I have to shoot this person? Like, how do I feel about it afterwards? Or if it's not this a man, or if it's even if it's a woman or a child, do I take a shot or not? Am I supposed to? Am I supposed to put a person's life? You really see that there's a lot of pressure on his shoulders. And it's done really well, and there's a lot of emotional depth with his character, and it's done very, very well because it's absolute solid performance. In my opinion, like, is it worth getting a nomination for in the Oscars? I'm gonna say it's like very closely. Is like it really is a great. I would say it is an Oscar nominated worthy, but I'm not sure it would. I'm not saying like he should win because it really is a good performance. But do I think he needs a win against his competition? No. Like, he's worth to get nominated. And I love the directing in this film. It's like this is like the first time Clint Eastwood's like ever directed a full-on action film in a certain way. And I think it's done quite well. There's a few long shots that really do add to a lot of the intensity and a lot of the fear of what's going on and the real chaos that's really happening, and I think it's done very, very well. Excuse me. And also the performances by Sienna Miller as his wife also gives a really, really great. And there's some side performances by some other people who aren't really as famous as Sienna Kyle or Bradley Cooper. But they're also really good for what they are. And the score for this movie is also very, very, very good. And also, I love the way the war scenes feel. Like, they feel like very much on edge. Like, whenever he is looking down his sight, just looking what's happening, it's like really, really on edge, and it's very, very done well. And there's a point of not just a suspense, but also a sense of thrill whenever he takes a shot or not. And whenever he does, it's just like there's a sense of, okay, you can only go downhill from here, and I love that. It did, to me at least, a real sense of a lot of. Oh my God, I'm sorry if I'm messing this up. It added like a real sense of chaotic disparity, which does happen in war, and I think it's done quite well. And also, some of the dialogue, not most, I would say about half. The dialogue between Kyle Katarn and his wife, Chris Kyle and his wife, I don't know whatever, but the dialogue between the main character and his wife while they're talking on the phone, like 50% of the time, is really, really good, and there's a sense that there's a genuine sense that they do really love each other, and there's a sense that they really do care, and I think it's done very, very well, and the appropriate moments are done very, very well. And and also the use of practical effects, of course, are really, really good. But there's some problems with the film, and in my view, there's some big problems. Number one is that it goes back to the genre. It's an action film, and I know action films inside and out. And one of the things you should never ever do in a war film is to paint both sides black and white. And there's like the film is consistently black and white. It's a very black and white film, and I really despise films like that because it's like, no. Granted, there's a sense that he does feel a lot of regret of what he's done, but it seems like they always celebrate him, and then there's moments where we just paint him as this war hero, and yet even though it does show him like very, very tortured, but there's a sense that there's everyone is painting him up to be as this great American hero who, hell yeah, he represents us all. No, and there's a sense where it'll always go towards the enemy, the Taliban, or like whoever the enemy may be in the Middle East. And there's a sense that they would always portray them in such a radical and very, very hostile and very, very futile. And I'm just like, no, don't do that. Like, one of the best things about Lone Survivor is that it painted the black and white area with the gray. It showed not everyone in the country is like that. It shows not everyone's like that. And to me, that's really good that how they did that in Lone Survivor. But in this film, I'm sorry, but it's very black and white, and that's a really big no-no in war films. You just shouldn't do that. If you do that, then I gotta say that's a really big flaw you have. Another problem I have with the film, with the course of the controversy of the whole fake baby thing. To be honest, it is pretty noticeable. It is really noticeable, and I gotta say, there's some moments where I do kind of snooze off, but that is like whenever you see that baby, I'm like, that's not a baby, it's a fucking doll. Like I'm sorry to be so rude or obvious here, but it's so obvious, and I'm just like, and there's some moments where I'm just like, no, you're not fooling me, Phil. You're not fooling me. And I gotta say, there's some moments where the film isn't so like engrossing. It's like there's some moments where it really does kind of drag, and I gotta say that it's in the beginning, like the first 40 minutes. For me, at least, it does kind of drag, even though there is some great moments with the action. It just seems that it played its best game forward, and then it kind of lost it in some way in the middle and kind of dragged it to the end. But with all that in mind, I do think this is a really, in my view, this is a lot more of the technically well done film. However, it does have some big problems. And overall, I'm going to say Lone Survivor, I'm so sorry about that. American Sniper is a technically well done movie, but it does have some problems, big problems. But in the end, that is my thought on the film. And I will give American Sniper, in my opinion, a 75%. And to me, that seems very appropriate. And my question for you guys is that, have you guys seen this film? What is your thoughts of it? Comment down below. Tell me what you thought of it. And as always, everyone, thank you for watching. Like it. You can like the video if you want, if you liked it. And don't forget to subscribe. And as always, everyone, thank you for watching. And I'll see you in the future for more videos. I'm out.